Hey everyone, Lauren here. So, kind of a bonus power core today. Sort of for selfish reasons. I've been so lazy lately. I don't know if it's the holidays or changing in season temperatures or what, but I can't get my butt in gear, and so I need the help of all of you to motivate me. And I sort of hope that it's a vice versa kind of thing, that you come to me because you're like, man, I know I need to work out, and I want to have fun doing so. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to roll down onto your back. Feet are flat on the floor. Squeeze the glutes. Oh, I should give you fair warning. The baby's awake. Let's go ahead and press the hips up. The baby's awake, and so he may or may not be making up here. Here he is now, making an appearance. Let's just hope that he can keep my camera exactly where it is. So from here, I want you to keep the feet nice and light. This might have been a really bad decision. I want you to go ahead and take those hips, lower them down, and press them back up. James, you have to get away. Lower them down. Go ahead and hold that bridge pose. Oh no. And push the hips up. Still squeezing through those glutes whole time. You want to make sure that those hips are coming right up toward the ceiling. So you're about a flat line from the knees up through the hips to the shoulders. From here, I want you to go ahead and take a foot away. Bring that knee in toward the chest and lower down. We're alternating these marches. All right, Mom's going to have to find a different solution. Slight pause. All right, sorry about that. We'll try this again. Let's get those hips right up toward the ceiling. Best one ever. Thanks, Pat. And you can hear Mother of the Year over here with her baby crying. Let's go and take those legs in toward the chest, lower them down. Alternating as we go. You should feel a nice pinch in the back of that leg, that hamstring area. Good, just a couple more like this. And I want you to take that inside leg. We're going to reach it straight up toward the ceiling. Point those toes, dip those hips down, and lift, pushing through the heel. We're still focusing on squeezing the tushy. We're also firing up that hamstring here. Now listen, if you kind of wanted to progress on this, or maybe you're a little tired of this exercise, you can always stick something under that standing foot. You'll throw off those stabilizer muscles a little bit. Let's go ahead and reposition to that bridge. Reassess those feet, still squeezing the glutes, right? Gotta make the body even. Let's take that outside leg. Reach it straight tall, lower down and press through that standing heel. Good, you're making those beautiful footprints right up there toward the ceiling. Imagine that you have your favorite color paint on the bottom of that sneaker. Couple more here. I lied. Let's go 2 more here. And let's lift those hips up. All right, so you should be a little bit toasty now. Still squeezing through those glutes. Last couple of breaths for the warm-up. And go ahead and nice and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Awesome, all the way to the floor. Let's roll over onto one side. I want you to actually press up onto that palm. We haven't done our kneeling series in a little bit. So take that inside leg. It's going to come onto the floor. Outside leg extends. So you've got that nice 90-degree bend from that knee. Shoulders right over top elbow and wrist. That top leg flexing through that heel. I just want you to lift and lower down. We're getting that outer thigh here. You should feel a really good pinch as that leg comes up. Pinch is a little bit on the way down, but definitely as we raise. Let's go 2 more. We're going to keep that leg tall. Point those toes away from the body. I want you to draw small circles toward me. About golf ball size and reverse. So we're still keeping the rest of that body nice and still. 2 more. Awesome. Let's flex that heel. Drive that leg in toward the body. Point the toes and sweep away. We only do a few of these because they're super tough. Last one here. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, relax that outside leg. Sit down onto those heels. Shift all that weight to that working side. Oh, you deserve that stretch. So now you're probably sweating, right? Certainly am. Before we go ahead and hit that other side, let's come into a plank pose. I'm just going to turn sideways. We're going to come into our high plank, and you can either stay on those toes, or you can drop down to those knees. Actually, I fibbed, I guess, right? I'm going to go forward. A little bit better room here. I want you to take those hands away from the floor. Bring one hand, tap the opposite shoulder, bring it back down, and repeat, alternating as you go. So when our arm comes away from the floor, our hips sort of want to shake side to side in opposition. Really try your best to minimize that shake. You can always take a little bit of a wider base if you need a little bit of a modification, if you didn't want to come all the way down to those knees. And let's go ahead and hold that high plank. Again, toes or knees for this. I want you to nice and easy lower that torso down toward the ground. Tuck the elbows in. We're still hovering above the ground. Big exhale, press away. Excellent. So we're hitting those triceps here, backs of the arms. You can hear how out of breath I am. I told you I was lazy. I wasn't kidding. Good, nice and easy, roll down. And press tall. Keep those fingers nice and wide, kind of like you have starfish. For hands, you'll have that nice strong base. One more, please. And hold at the top. Excellent. Let's bring those knees in. Woo, hopefully without cracking for you. We're going to rotate to the other side. Bring that hand, plant it down. Elbow, shoulder, or elbow, shoulder, wrist all in one straight line. We're going to take that outside leg, lift and lower here. Good, so we're just abducting from that hip. Again, rest of that body is a statue. It takes a lot of work. It's really hard. Those abs are kicking into high gear to keep that body nice and still. Good, let's go 3 more like this. 2. Let's go ahead and take those toes, point them away from the body. Small circles to the front, again about golf ball size. So that outer thigh is really getting that pinch. And go ahead and reverse this. Just 5 of these. I wasn't kidding when I said we're not here too long. Let's go ahead and flex that foot, laces to me, flex through the hip, point the toes, and sweep away. Good. Still keeping those hips. You probably feel a little bit warm in that bottom hip, and that's normal. I mean, we just worked that side, and it's really working to keep the rest of that body still, even though it's not that moving leg. Last one here. And go ahead and relax that leg down. Oh my goodness. Go ahead and shift all that weight to that working leg. Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll down onto that back. We're going to come into that tabletop position. So knees are right over top the hips. We're going to take those shoulders, lift them up and away from the floor. Eyes look right to the belly button. I want you to take those legs. Actually, let's reach them straight up. We're gluing those legs together, pressing nice and firmly between the inner thighs, between the calves, even between the insides of those feet. I want you to keep those toes pointed. Upper body stays nice and relaxed. Eyes are right to the belly button or the tops of those thighs. Let's go ahead and lower down. Nice and easy. Hold at this lower position. Now your legs don't need to go as low as mine. I want you to come down with those legs, only until that low back starts to kind of feel like it's going to come up off that floor. Let's go ahead and bring these legs in. Big exhale. Good. You really want to focus on pulling that belly button down in toward that spine. So you're kind of scooping out that center, sort of making a smile face. Beautiful. Just a few more like this. Let's take one more. Keep those legs up, shoulders come down. You can relax that head, neck, shoulder region. I want everything to feel nice and loose, nice and easy from the waist on up. We're going to take those hips, reverse curl this time. I want you to pull them in toward the chest and lower back down. Now with that upper body, it should be nice and light. I don't want you pushing or pressing with those palms into the floor. You can, however, press with the backs of the arms, those triceps, down into that ground, kind of fire up that muscle that we just worked. One bonus time. Good, let's go 2 more. Excellent. Go ahead and relax. Just take a peek up here. I'm going to briefly describe what we'll do next. What I want you to do is I want you to bring your hips up and off the floor. And then I kind of want your ass to give a pageant wave, okay? I'm going to stay facing sideways rather than front on, because internet, great as it may be, cannot actually unsee things. So when you're all set, I want you we're gonna peel those hips off the floor and give me a little corkscrew here and relax down. Good, that's one. Let's do it again. Come on up and twist and lower down. Still with that upper body, nice and easy, nice and light on the floor. And relax down, excellent. Coming into that tabletop with the legs, upper ab curl with the arms. We're going to hop onto that bicycle. So I want you to rotate using that center, that deep abdominal area to get that shoulder to the opposite outer thigh. Hands are just here for support. No yanking, no pulling, of course. And challenge yourself. Keep those shoulders lifted above the floor whole time. Let's go 3 more. Each way, right? Here's 2, right and left. And go ahead, relax shoulders down. Hug the knees in toward the chest. You can give a little shake side to side. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do one more exercise while we're here on our backs. And then we'll rotate over to our bellies to finish off. I want you to come into that upper ab curl again. And those legs are in that table, of course. I want you to inhale, extend the limbs in opposite directions. Exhale, circle around, knees come in toward the chest. Inhale, reach long, still pulling that belly button down and toward that back. Making that torso as thin and stretched out as you can. We have just 3 more here. Last one, please. And hug those knees in. Relax the head down. You can give a little side to side massage for that low back. You totally earned it. Let's go ahead and flip over, belly side down this time to finish off. Again, I'm going to face forward actually. And I want you to take those legs, I want you to make them a little bit, oh, you can see how much I'm sweating, right? I want you to make them a little bit wider than hip distance so you can actually see my laces at the moment. I want you to relax that head, that cheek. On one of those hands, I'm going to keep mine lifted just so you can hear me a little bit better. I want you to take those legs, squeeze them up off the floor, tap the heels in the middle, and then come back down toward the ground. Hover those sneakers over the carpet. So up and in, you feel that squeeze through the glute, through the inner thigh area. You have your kneecaps and the tops of those thighs lifted up and away from the floor. This is a really good butt exercise. You're pinching that penny right in between the cheeks as those heels of those sneakers come to meet one another. We have 3 more here. And go ahead, relax those feet down. I want you to curl those toes under. We're coming into our forearm plank. Now when we come into our plank, I want that upper body to be parallel. I want those hands separated, okay? We're not doing this. You can pray to God that you hold your plank a little bit longer all you want, but this is cheating yourself. So go ahead and challenge. Arms are parallel, knees are toes. We're gonna keep that body nice and flat. We're squeezing through the glutes, through the quads, through the hamstrings, even through those calves, pulling that belly button in toward the spine. And from here, I want to rotate again through that torso. So go ahead and get one hip down toward the ground, come back to center, and other side, dips down toward that carpet, coming back to center. Good. So a little bit of that rotation. Try and keep that butt nice and low whole time. Try and keep those legs out of the equation so that twisting is coming only from that center. And let's go ahead and hold that plank. Let's hold here about 15 seconds. Beautiful. Keep breathing, keep squeezing everything. Oh, this is one of the greatest exercises you could do. Almost there. Stay nice and strong. About 5 more seconds, okay? 3, 2, and go ahead, relax down to those knees. Sit back on those heels. Reaching, really reaching with that upper body. So get the tushy and the fingers in opposite direction. Excellent. Let's go ahead and finish off in a seated position. I want those feet about hip distance apart. I want your toes looking straight up toward the ceiling. Upper body reaches wall to wall. Shoulders are away from the ears, so a nice bit of distance between the neck and the tops of those arms. Reach those fingers out. I want you to exhale, twist and reach one pinky to the opposite baby toe, come to the center, twist and come to the other side. So we're in our saw. This is one of my favorites. It's pretty tough, right? So you could cheat by kind of slouching, but I want you to really focus on keeping that head nice and tall up toward the ceiling and that back as erect as it'll go. Then as you reach those fingers toward those toes, those glutes stay pressed firmly into the ground. Kind of has a tendency to lift up away from the floor, but try and maintain a nice bottom heavy posture. It's a good little hamstring stretch too. And let's go ahead, come center. Drop the upper body, keep the feet where they are. Pull the belly button in, keep that back nice and tall, 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 tall. Hold 3, hold 2. And go ahead, relax those legs in. Excellent work today. Whew, I don't know about you, but I am wiped. I'm so glad we did this. Join me next time.